Hey everybody, I'm Cafe Kaz, and today I want to tell y'all the top 5 units that I want to build for the next RTA season. I've seen a lot of cool units with even cooler builds this past season, and I've decided on a few units I'm definitely looking to add to my roster. Just as a disclaimer, this list is based off of my currently built units, but if you're excited to build a unit that doesn't appear on this list, I'd love to hear about it in the comments down below. And with that out of the way, let's get right into this with number 5.
Don't take it personally.
All-rounder Wanda.
It's all for a request.
I know this might be a weird place to start, but I've always wanted to build Wanda. I love her aesthetics, quotes, and skill set, but I haven't quite figured out how to get her to work. As I get more strippers that I can freely draft, I wanted to add another cool control unit that'll assist in the permanent battle versus the new evasion meta. I think she has some insane potential. With a 70% chance to hit added onto her skill 3 and a 2-turn stun, without even mentioning her other debuffs, she's an extremely good unit for locking down the opponent. She has self-protection in the 2-turn stealth that she gains when she uses her skill 3, and she can reduce the cooldown of her skill 3 when attacking a unit that has target debuff when using her skill 1. All while gaining combat readiness and decreasing her opponents by 15% each when she uses her skill 1. I'm thinking about using her on a plus 30 Sword of Judgment I got from Arby's Mystic rotation on an around 240 speed immunity set, to move after my strippers and be able to continue to take turns to reduce her cooldowns and control my opponents. She's going to be my number 1 passion project moving into the next season. Number 4. Fighter Maya.
Think you can take me on?
I've had this unit lying around for a long time, and I'm surprised that I never got around to building her. This unit does insane damage while being extremely bulky. I personally had a really tough time dealing with her, especially when she was built on counter set with Elbrus. I've had Fighter Mayas near one-shot my Tenebria from full, all while being impossible to bog down thanks to her self-cleanse. And the extra turn on her skill 3 means that she can double execute some Arby's. Her defense scaling is amazing. Her base stats are amazing. Even her self-imprint being defense percent is amazing. I know a lot of people have been building Fighter Mayas recently, and it just makes me all the more excited to play with her. She actually has a lot of different build possibilities, but I personally think I'll be going for the high crit damage counter Elbrus build. I've been slowly collecting the gear for her, and I think I finally have enough defense scaling damage defense gear to get it to work. It's gonna be a little while before I get around to moling her, but this powerhouse knight definitely deserves a spot in my drafts this coming RTA season. Number 3. Bikin. I realized a little while ago that the thing I loved most about using Faithless Litica was her ability to line up my team thanks to her combat readiness increase. There's something that feels amazing about being able to move in a line without being interrupted by your opponent. So, naturally, I started looking around for other units that could do a similar job, and Bikin was the answer to my prayers. And her being a fast green damage threat is a great bonus, meaning that I can draft her into heavy water teams all the more safely. She has a good base speed at 113, but I don't think I'll be trying to race people with Bikin. I'll save some of those speed rolls for other units and focus on making her damage amazing. She'll fit into my teams as a bridge at around 230 to 240 speed to help connect my sub 200 units to the rest of my team. I've seen a few really amazing Bikins this past RTA season, and if I can get one even close to those that I've seen, I'll know it'll make me all the more stronger. Number 2. Elena.
Blessings of the stars.
While admittedly I do hate her voice, I cannot deny her power. The ability to cut in between teams and halt the flow of battle is something that shouldn't be underestimated. During this current preseason, I've been pre-banning Elena almost every game, and it has made my life so much easier. As a Faithless Litica abuser, she is the bane of my existence. A well-geared Elena can destroy my entire plan or force a ban. The lady I live with has recently built up a 260 speed build and is already shutting down cleave. It'll take me a while to get the extra speed gear for her, but as you can see, she's very high up on my priority list. And number 1, Benevolent Roman.
You'll lose no matter what.
I've had my eye on Broman for a very long time. He's got an amazing base speed at 112, and his self-imprint combined with his awakening give him almost 41% effectiveness for free, making it really easy to boost his speed high enough to fit into my comps. Ever since his previous buff, he's been a stripper with an amazing base speed that immediately applies a 2-turn silence, and because he's a mage, he can hold the coveted Abyssal Crown. I've been looking for more element-neutral strippers for my control comps, and Broman would fit in perfectly. Plus, with his new buff, he has a 2-buff strip, meaning that Fallen Cecilia can't stop him, which is the bane of my existence, along with Elena, as an Athletica abuser. Well, that just about wraps up my top 5 units that I want to build for the next RTA season. If you enjoyed this list, feel free to drop a like or subscribe down below, and like I said before, if there was a unit that you're building that you didn't see on this list, or you think there's a unit that I should keep my eye on, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And as always, this has been Cafe Kaz, and thanks for watching.